The Airplane Crash Investigation. Episode 1. The death of the 200 passengers on Germany Air Flight 960. Another crash, another bankruptcy. So they said they found a plane falling out of the sky and crashing into the ocean. Was this true? Actually, yes. So you won't find out the terror of the death of the skies. The Airbus A320, the plane that used to be safe but now is being a death machine. 25 people who work for Germany Airlines made this airline, and their only airliner they owned was the it was the A320. The A320 was their only airplane fleet. And you know why? Because the airplane fleet was going low on Boeing 737s. So a plane crashed into the water because of a manual failure. The pilot's last words were, "Goodbye, goodbye. I will never see y'all again." And then the plane crashed into the ocean. 12 deaths and 12 bankruptcy problems. The plane sunk down in the ocean. The plane exploded underwater. Killed two people were found the keys. 12 people were and a person's head floated up to the top of the water. Every single bone found. And it was from Appleson, Jermison, and Pumpkin, Jumpkin, and some passengers were floating up in the ocean and every single person found in that ocean were dead, decapitated, and guess what? Zero survivors. All people died, and nobody survived the plane crash. He was trying to breathe underwater until he passed out. But Tomato Man passed out, and then his brain exploded. And then his head exploded because of the decompression. And that's why you should never fly on a plane. And one person was left inside the plane, rotting in silence. So Mr. 70707 found this plane, and he said, "Hey, infected figure and friends, look at this. We found a plane crash." And our dearest friend Gojira and our another friend Gojira known as Gojira -1. They all saw this and said, "Oh no, this is terrifying. We need to get out this water." Next crash. The Stall of Death. And these are the 2 plane crashes. But the reason why it's called the Stall of Death, because a plane crashed into a resident building, and there was a hijacker in the plane, and the hijacker was mad because he didn't get allowed on planes. So he said he was proven innocent. But this is the plane. This is the plane that was flying a 25 25-year-old, a 25-year-old arranger E7 crashed into a building, but the building didn't into another plane. A 27-year-old, another E-Ranger crashed into that same building. These were the airplane crashes, but then into another plane hit the tower, and that plane exploded, causing the building to caught on fire. Nobody was inside, but except there was one person inside, trapped inside, about to burn to death, but he tried to get out. The structures, the buildings. He tried to get out, but he climbed out. He climbed out, and he survived. But he accidentally tripped off, and then he broke his back. 20 hours, and he was picking, and he was dragged by a guy named Mr. Tomato, and he was a doctor, but he didn't know that someone's spines was broken. And yeah, he knew how to pick up someone if they needed help. So then he picked them up and